Did you think that Phoenix could be the team for you?
Oh yeah, especially with Monty being from the area, well, from the other side of the area of Maryland that I am
Yeah.
from. It felt as though I could connect with him more, and he understood how hard it was for me to grow up more. And then, especially with James, I felt as though that he was the one that put like a little fire in me going into the NBA. He was like, "You got to find something that you're chasing," and that's just something that always stuck with me ever since he said it.
Well, good morning.
Good morning.
Jalen Smith, top 10 overall pick, the newest power forward for the Phoenix Suns. Big man, Valley Boy, got all these new names coming at you, but the one that stands out the most to me, and I need the whole backstory here, is this nickname of Sticks.
So pretty much my first AAU team, Banneker Kings, it's out in Kingsville, Maryland. It's pretty much where my father's side of the family grew up, so we was always out there on the court playing around. And one of the coaches from that team came up to me and asked if I wanted to play basketball, and I did. So the first practice I had with them, he saw me, and he gave me Sticks, and I was like, "Why you call me Sticks?" He was pretty much like, "Cause you're skinny." So I was like, why is that? He was like, pretty much I give everybody nicknames based off how they looked at me, and you came off as skinny, so that's how I got Sticks.
So since you were a kid, this name has kind of stuck with you over time. Well, now that you've added some muscle to your frame to be able to play at this level, do you think that this is a nickname that's going to stick around? Is this something the fans can call you? Can I call you Sticks?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's going to stick with me for the rest of my life. Pretty much, it's just that reminder of where I came from, and pretty much how long my journey has been. So, and pretty much everybody in the basketball world knows me by Sticks. Not many people know my real name. Most people call me Sticks Smith now, so yeah, it'll be around for a while.
Okay, Sticks. So take us back to draft night. Obviously with COVID, it was not in New York, and I'm sure when you were a kid, you probably pictured walking across that stage. So what was it like?
Actually, it was the best of both worlds. I mean, because originally, my main dream when draft night came was to have it somewhere so that everybody could come. And because I know in New York, you only get a certain amount of people that can come. And rather that, just have everybody be there and just have the cameras in your face. Right. And then plus, I do the interviews from home, so I wouldn't be mad. But like I said, it was a nice night. We had it at the Cas Bar in Columbia. The restaurant owner, the manager was a former Maryland graduate, so he allowed me to stay there. And then it was maybe like 20 close friends and family, and it was just a nice night.
I love that. Take us back to that moment, though. Hearing your name, hearing Commissioner say your name. Did you cry? And I know you cried,
yeah.
So don't lie to me. I saw the tears.
Pretty much that whole night, my parents was like, "You're going to cry," and I kept telling them I wasn't going to cry. So I kept telling them my father was actually going to be the one to cry, but he didn't. So, but like you said, when I heard my name, it was world shocking. I mean, being a top 10 pick, coming out of Baltimore, realizing how hard I had it growing up and how much I made it out of Baltimore, because Baltimore's a tough place to make it out, and just being able to hear your name on live TV, realizing that, okay, now I'm in the next step of my life, it was just full of waterworks, I would say.
So let's talk more about, those emotions. I know that, and I see on your social media that family is, very important to you. So is that ultimately what triggered those emotions?
I wouldn't say it was that. I mean, yeah, my family plays a huge part of my life, and I would do anything for my family. But it's pretty much, I say the tears was from just all the hard work, the blood, sweat, and I put into being in that position. So I'd say it was more from that.
I saw a post a few days ago. It was a very sweet tribute to your grandmother, to Nana. How instrumental was she in your life, and what would she think of this moment right now?
So I lost her at a very young age, when I was around like 5, and she was pretty much my best friend, because at one point in life, so I was originally born in Virginia, and my mom moved us back to Baltimore City with her, and we lived with them for about those first 5 years until she passed. And I was always around her. She was pretty much everywhere she went, I was with her. And she never seen me pick up a basketball a day in her life. So it was just an amazing feeling, because I felt as though that she's the main reason why I play basketball today, is because she never got to see me play. So, and she's pretty much one of my main motivations of just to keep going.
She got the best seats in the house now. She
Oh,
gets
yeah.
to see
Most
all of
definitely.
this. And I know your family, they just had such an impact on who you are today, the man you are today. What was it like growing up in a military family and the impact that your parents had on you?
It has its pros and its cons. I mean, cons is, military. You think of strict life. Everything has to be crisp to a T, and everything has to be perfect. And that's just how my father was. My father hates lazy people, and I was the laziest kid in the world, so it didn't really work out between us. But he still made sure that I was turning into a man and making sure that I kept my responsibilities, becoming more accountable for myself, being respectful.
Right.
And pretty much he's the hugest goofball in the world, but you won't know that until you actually know him. But yeah, pretty much I say I'm just a spitting image of him, and everything that he's done in his whole career just helped me become the person I am today. And then my mom, pretty much she was that mom and father figure for me while my father was away, and she was the one taking me to practice, one to get me up early to work out, one just making sure that I was doing okay, and I owe everything to her. And pretty much the reason why I'm here today is more because of her than it is my father.
I love her. I saw her in her Valley gear repping already. Mom goals right there. And family's everything, and now you're part of a whole new family. We're so happy to have you here, part of the Phoenix Suns family. Did you think that Phoenix could be the team for you?
Oh yeah, I mean, pretty much every team that came in to work me out, I felt as though it could have been a team for me. Just being, and especially with Monty being from the area, well, from the other side of the area of Maryland that I am from, it felt as though I could connect with him more, and he understood how hard it was for me to grow up more. And then, especially with James, I felt as though that he was the one that put like a little fire in me going into the NBA. He was like, you got to find something that you're chasing. And that's just something that always stuck with me ever since he said it. And pretty much I felt as though that I could fit in well with this group because, like I said, you get the best of both worlds here from so many different positions and so many different leaders here to learn from. And pretty much learning was a major aspect of my career. So, like I said, just the best of both worlds here.
Well, what was it, though, that set Phoenix apart from the others?
Pretty much, like I said, with them, they was questioning me a lot more. Like, they got a lot of in-depth questions. Like, most teams ask something basic, but with Monty and James, they asked something that was basic, but it had layers to it.
Right.
So it made you think. They wouldn't let you just give them a weak answer. You do have to actually think about it. So
yeah, we don't do basic here.
Yeah.
Not Phoenix. Now that you are here, I mean, had you ever been to Arizona before? Is this your first time?
Oh, it's my first time.
Well, you came at the best time of year. Did you do your research, though, on how lovely our summers are?
they've been telling me it's been colder it's normally cold around this time, but they said during July it's really, really hot.
This ain't cold to you, though.
No, this is not cold to me. So this is actually hot to me. But that was one of my main goals coming to NBA. I wanted to go somewhere hot because I'm a very casual person. The way I dress, I like shirts and shorts and stuff like that. But it's an amazing city so far.
Have you seen the cactus, tumbleweeds,
Yeah,
dirt?
actually yesterday was my first time seeing a cactus in person.
Your first time seeing a cactus in person?
So I was actually kind of shocked, but I was like, is that a cactus? And I didn't really know what it was at first, but
That's amazing.
Because most of the times you see them on cartoons and stuff like that, and it's so completely different.
Well, you have plenty of time here to get to know Arizona all the more, and I know you must be so excited to spend time with your new family, your new teammates. How excited are you to play alongside Devin Booker and Deandre Ayden?
Oh, I'm completely excited. I mean, they're two of the best players in the game now. I mean, Devin Booker just being who he is and Deandre being who he is, and then adding Chris Paul to it. It's just an amazing thing to be drafted into this position as a rookie because not many rookies get this opportunity.
Right.
And just for me, I feel as though that I made out the best throughout this whole draft process.
You sure did. Let's talk more about the addition of Chris Paul. How can an all-star like him help you as a rookie and the whole dynamic of the team?
It's going to help me out a lot because every team I played on, I played with a tough-nosed guard who's going to push you and who's going to get on you no matter what, even if they feel as though you're doing good. Especially like in Maryland, I had Ant Cowan. He was always on me. And now I realize that going into the NBA with I think he's 16 years in now, a veteran like him and the resume that he has, there's so much I can learn from him and understand he can help me with my transition.
Absolutely, and you're certainly going to be surrounded by the best of the best, in my opinion. And I think it goes without saying, with Coach Monty Williams, he's also the best of the best.
Yeah.
How excited are you, and what are you looking forward to most in playing for Monty Williams?
Pretty much just that it's not more the good side, it's more like I'm waiting for him to curse me out type of way, because I feel as though that once I get a coach to curse me out, then that's when I start getting going. Like, that's when I feel a lot more comfortable, rather than a coach who's just going to sit back and it's like, okay, it's okay, you know, next play. But
Tough love.
yeah, so like I always had tough love coaches, so I just can't wait to play for him. And I already started to pick his brain a little bit and just to see how he functions, and I'm loving it already.
Okay, well, you have this on camera, tough love. You want
Yeah.
to be tough on you. I mean, he's definitely brought a whole lot of good change to the Suns' dynamic, the style, the game, the culture. You had to have been watching all the action in the NBA bubble, seeing all of that. What stood out to you most about your new team, their game, their style?
Pretty much just that they went 8-0. I mean, a lot of people didn't expect the Phoenix to go that high, and then I feel as though they kind of got shorted at the end, because I mean, but it happened for the best, so that leaves that chip on the shoulder going into the next season.
You mentioned GM James Jones. He's often crediting who you are and your work ethic when he talks about you, just the work ethic, the work ethic. Aside from work ethic, though, what are you going to bring to this team?
Pretty much just that intensity and that fire. Pretty much like every player in any sport in Baltimore, that's something that we have instilled in us at birth. It's just that fire and that grit, the need to beat the person ahead of you and to leave it all out on the floor no matter what happens. So that's something that I feel as though that I can bring to this team, is just bringing that toughness and that energy.
That toughness. Okay, Sticks, as a big man, who as a child did you look up and like want to emulate and model your style to?
Pretty much looking up, I mean, obviously, I looked up to Kobe a lot. My father was a diehard Lakers fan, so Kobe was pushed on me at a young age. And just that mentality that he has. It was more the off-the-court stuff than he did rather than on the court, just how he carried himself. But on my own, I looked up Kevin Garnett a lot. And pretty much, like I said, he was insane on the court. He's pretty much that psycho, and that's what attracted me to him.
Right.
Because, like, no matter how good he was playing, how bad he was playing, his energy and his effort never deterred. And that's just something I tried to add to my game. And then later on in life, I tried to emulate some of his moves and stuff like that to add to my arsenal. But those are pretty much the main two guys I've been looking up to.
All right, so KG, I can see a little resemblance there. He's big. Do you have the same temper? Are we going to see you banging your head up against the padded walls at any time soon?
You won't see much of that. You'll probably see more mean mugs and like a lot more body movements. Yeah.
All right. Well, you see yourself as a combo 4-5. Where do you see your best fit with this team?
To be honest with you, I see my best fit on the defensive end, just because being able to switch on the guards and bigs at the same time, not many bigs can do that. So that defensive versatility is what's going to help. I feel as though push the Phoenix Suns over the edge, because I mean every team has a lot of scores and a lot of offensive. Like we got Devin, Booker, Chris Paul, DeAndre Ayden, but not many teams have that defensive force on the end. So I feel as though that's why I can impact the team the most.
Well, I know we're all looking forward to seeing all of that on the court, but your fans, they want to get to know you just a little bit better off the court. So I posted yesterday that I get to meet you today, interviewing you. My DMs were blowing up with questions. So these questions that I'm going to ask you now are straight from your fans, your new fans, okay? TikTok.
Yeah.
Do you know any TikTok dances? Renegade.
I mean, I know them, but I don't do them, you know, because I'm more. I normally dance like during the games and stuff like that, or if I'm in the locker room or on the court. That's when you see me dancing, because like I did that a lot at Maryland. But off the court wise, it's never really much dancing. It's more like I sing a lot more than I dance off the court.
You sing?
If I'm feeling
Don't be
it.
humble. I want to hear it. Can you sing now? Would you sing for
I
us?
mean, normally I gotta feel it, you know. If you got like if it's like a little bit of R&B playing in the locker room, like I like singing Fantasia a lot. That's when I sing a lot.
You like to sing Fantasia?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So like, if you catch me off guard, that's normally when you're gonna hear me the most, or if I'm just having fun.
This is a moment. So let me just paint the picture for you. Let's say the national anthem singer, she calls in sick, she can't do it, and they're like, Jalen, we need you. Could you sing the national anthem for the Suns one night?
Oh, no doubt, I could. I mean,
We have this on
I feel as
camera.
though that I can. You know what? No, I'm gonna say no, because it's a lot of pressure that comes with the national anthem. Because if you mess up a word, then it's like, okay, why are you in this country now? So it's like, I to be honest with you, I wouldn't say I would do it.
You're out.
Yeah,
no
I'm
national
out.
anthem from
National
Jalen
anthem.
Smith.
Yeah.
That's amazing though. Where did you like pick up singing?
Pretty much just throughout the house. I'm like I said, my father's a huge goofball, so he sings like all the time, and normally it's just a lot of R&B and a lot of old school rap. So, and then in the cars he sings a lot, so I pretty much picked it up from him. And then my mom sings a lot as well. Like it's like that old couple who just start singing with each other.
I see it.
I've been around it so much.
I can see that. And that leads me to my next question. What is your hype song before a game, or do you have any like pre-game rituals?
Well, the weirdest thing about the pregame songs is I don't listen to music before games. That's like a superstition I have. So it's been there since high school.
Okay.
So I don't really listen to music. Like, you'll see me in games like singing music, but it's like at a certain time, so I can only sing music, and then I won't sing it for the rest of the day because that's just how I am. But yeah, so it's no really pregame hype song for me.
You do have a go-to look, though, the goggles.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very Amari Stoudemire era. One of the fans asked, are you going to make signature goggles for the fans to buy?
Signature goggles, I mean,
It's your
I
look.
wouldn't say no. I would say no because, I mean, my goggles are just normal rec specs, and you can just get them from anywhere. But, I mean,
But yeah, with your name on it, it's like 10
Nah.
times more cool.
yeah, I'd probably say that wouldn't probably happen until like later on in my career. Probably towards the end of retirement, I'll say.
Okay. Have you ever made the game-winning basket?
Oh yeah, I have plenty of times actually, especially in college. I think I had maybe 2 or 3 game-winning baskets. So yeah, I have.
We look forward to seeing that here then. What was your favorite jersey to wear growing up?
My favorite jersey to wear, actually I'll say it was my Maryland jersey because that was the first jersey I had with my name on the back, and especially having Maryland across my chest. So that would probably be my favorite jersey.
Going back to your childhood, I know you said it was rough, and so to be where you are today, what does that mean to you that, you know, little kids are looking up to you now who might have a rough or challenging upbringing at the moment, and they're going to be wearing a jersey, a Phoenix Suns jersey with your name on it? What does that mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot because, like I said, growing up in Baltimore is tough to make it out. I mean, you can either go 2 ways, and those 2 ways, and then one of those ways is really, really pulling.
Yeah.
But it just being raised in a strict household with my mom and my dad, it helped me a lot to choose the right path, and to see people wear, well, little kids like that in tougher situations than I am, to wear my jersey is going to be amazing because it has that sense of, it makes me as that sense of hope for most people, and to realize that, okay, he had a lesser situation than I am, so I can definitely make it out. So it's going to be an amazing feeling.
Who are you most excited to play against?
Oh, obviously it's LeBron James. I mean, greatest player in the world. Well, he's most people's great. My greatest player is Kobe. It's always going to be Kobe. But that's just, I'm biased with that.
Mm-hmm.
But just being able to play against LeBron and just growing up watching him and just being on the same court as him, playing the same game as him, it's going to be an out of this world feeling.
Look forward to watching that. A lot of fans wanted to know about your workout routine.
I picked up yoga this off season, just to pretty much just like help with my flexibility and mobility and stuff like that. But we don't really do intense yoga like the handstands and stuff like that. It's normally just like,
Trying to picture a big man doing all that.
yeah,
Like,
it's normally just it's minor stretches, just to like stretch out the most used areas, you know. And it's been very helpful for me, and I'm gonna continue to do it.
he sings, he does yoga. What don't you do? Do you cook?
No, I don't cook, and that's probably the bad thing about it because my father, he cooks a lot, and he's been trying to get me to cook for like the past 20 years, and I just don't have a passion for it, and I don't have the patience for it to just sit in front of a pot all day. So-
I'm with you. I totally get that. A lot of people wanted to know, what are you binge watching on Netflix?
Binge watching. Let's say. So I've been into this show called The Heist lately. It's about these bank robbers who keep robbing the bank over and over again, and it's just like that. But that's probably something I'm into right now. And then it's another show. What's the other show? So I watch a lot of Dexter too.
Oh, yeah.
Little murder mystery stuff like that, and just it's normally those 2 shows.
Okay, so these next round of questions are just rapid response. First thing that comes to mind. Okay, so Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation,
Yeezys or Jordans?
Jordan,
LeBron or MJ?
LeBron.
Summer or winter?
I'm gonna say summer.
Say that now. Let's just wait till you experience your first Arizona summer. I'll ask you that one later. Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac.
Last one. Tacos or cheeseburgers?
Cheeseburgers.
You're in Arizona now, man. You got to try
I
out
know
these
they
tacos.
be telling me it's a lot of Mexican restaurants around here, so I may have to.
we're gonna convert you to being a Taco Tuesday fan. Well, Jalen, we're so excited to see you in that purple and orange, repping as a Valley boy. Have they taught you and I can't even do it right, the Valley boy?
No, I haven't.
Gotta
done it
learn.
yet.
Don't learn from me because I don't do it right. But thanks so much for your time. I'm really looking forward to seeing you out there, and congratulations and welcome to Phoenix.
Well, thanks for having me.
Thank you.